Welcome back, scholars. We are now going to review our dirt quiz from yesterday and do our planning for today's lesson. So, question one on our dirt quiz was: which sentence from the article supports a main idea from this article? The correct answer is D. Egyptian women could own land, choose a husband, and get divorced. The question two: read the following paragraph from the article. Kara Cunny wrote a book about the Egyptian queens. She said these women were often used as protectors. Men would put women in high positions to keep young male leaders safe and give them time to grow up. When a man was ready to take over as a pharaoh, the woman in charge would step down. Which statement summarizes this paragraph? So, question two is a question that we did the best on, and the correct answer for question two is B. Egyptian queens were often allowed to rule until the male leaders were old enough to rule. Let's look at question three. According to the article, how can a visitor experience the new exhibit? The correct answer, and this one was a little challenging for us. The correct answer is A, by exploring a virtual reality area, examining artifacts, and playing a game. Um, Answer choice B definitely tricked you guys, but you have to look at it. It says by using a computer. They did not use a computer. So the correct answer for question three is A. All right, and question four. And guys, I also want to remind you on your dirt quiz, I hope you guys are using your PO codes because that will also help eliminate some of the incorrect answers. Question four: what effect did the exhibit have on Addison Hood? All right, the correct answer for question four is C. She liked seeing the artifacts and enjoyed learning that Egyptian women had power. So, scholars, the correct answers for the dirt quiz are question one, D, two, B, three, A, and four, C. We're moving. So, for today's lesson, you will need the article Ancient Egypt Women in Society. You'll need a sheet of paper, pencil, and a distraction free location. Now, remember, if you have questions or if you've been invited back to reteach, you should visit us in our office hours 2:15. Scholars, we are all one big learning family, all here to support, grow as learners, and make this virtual experience the best experience ever. So, our annotation and discussion prompt for today. And again, scholars, this is what your exit ticket will be. How is the description of Cleopatra and Cleopatra's life mentioned in the article Ancient Egypt Women in Society similar or different to the book's description of Cleopatra and Cleopatra's life? Write an ACE response including evidence from both the book and the article. So, scholars, again, today we're doing or looking for a similarity or a difference in how the article describes Cleopatra and her life and how the book describes Cleopatra and her life. Now, remember, when you're writing your your ACE response must include evidence from both the book and the article. And you must answer the prompt: how is the description of Cleopatra and her life similar or different? We're moving. So, scholars, we are now going to create a T-chart. And our T-chart today is pretty simple. On the left side, we're going to write down how the article describes Cleopatra and Cleopatra's life. And then on the right side, we're going to write down how the book describes Cleopatra and Cleopatra's life. I'm going to give you a few seconds to go ahead and create this chart. Again, it's a very simple chart. One side should show Cleopatra from the article's perspective, and the other side should show Cleopatra from the book's perspective. Go ahead and write. So now that you've had time to create this chart, let's go ahead and move on. So scholars, this is the end of going over or reviewing our dirt quiz and planning for today. Now, I do want to remind you, you should have already read the article. We will not reread the article in its entirety. We're going to go in and select a few paragraphs to help us create our chart using or describing Cleopatra's life and Cleopatra. We're also going to do the very same for the book. So we're not going to go back and reread each chapter of the book. We'll just go in the book and write down how it describes Cleopatra and Cleopatra's life. Scholars, once you have all of that, meet me in the next video. Let me remind you, you should have your book, your article, and your chart ready to go.